Hey guys, Nikki here, and today I'm going to show you a couple simple exercises that you can do to strengthen your vastus medialis oblique, also called a VMO, and your quadriceps group to decrease knee pain or decrease your risk of knee injury when doing higher impact exercise. Stay tuned. All right, so getting into it, what you're going to need for this one is a band, which you can affix to anything that will be sturdy. And also, I've just got a box over here, but any type of bench that you can step up onto is what you're going to want. So I've already pre-affixed my band. And what you're going to do is you're going to have a loop on one side, and you're going to pop that around your leg so it's just above your knee. And then you're going to back up until you've got what feels like reasonable tension, so there's something to push against, but it's not pulling you backwards. So you'll take a little bit of a stagger stance. Feet can point mostly forward, and you want your hips to be fairly square. And now from here, you're just going to bend both knees, particularly that back knee, and then you're going to push down through that back heel and straighten that back knee out. And then just gently bend the knee and push. And so what's going to happen here is the VMO is a little quad muscle that's not terribly technical, but probably technical enough for you today, that's sort of to the inside of your knee, a little bit above the kneecap, and it helps with kneecap tracking. So strengthening it at that end range of extension can be really helpful to improve knee tracking, and places where you might notice that your knee doesn't track very well, and I'm doing high reps here, so 10 or even 15, might be if you notice your knees dive in on a squat or on a lunge. And then just other key things. A lot of the time when we push, we end up turning our leg inward. So when you push back, you want to think about keeping this hip stable and then almost turning the thigh outward. And that should help you really feel that connection just to the inside of the knee. And again, I might do 3 sets of 10 on that, assuming everything feels good and is in a pain-free range, and then you would switch sides. All right, so once you've found your VMO with the band, it's nice to kind of integrate that muscle group in with your whole system, because the knee is sort of a dumb joint, and that it's going to follow whatever your foot does and or your hip does. So anytime you can actually strengthen through the hip and down through the leg, you're going to get better knee tracking. So step-ups are a great way to do that. Right now I've got a box. You could also use a bench, and if you're real strong, you can use a higher bench, and if stability or balance is an issue for you, you could always have one foot planted and poles in front of you if you need a little bit more balance help. So you're going to stand behind your bench. You're going to bring one foot on. You're going to think about having a little bit of weight to the outside edge as well as that big toe mound. So again, the knee tracks forward. It doesn't dive in. And once you've done that, you're going to square off your hips as best as you can. And as you start to come up, the impetus is to want to lean forward. I want you to try to minimize that as much as you can, thinking about coming straight up. And then step 1 would just be to tap the foot, thinking about being square in the hips so you're really active in the butt cheek of that standing leg, and then taking it back down. And if that all feels pretty good, you can add in lifting your knee, sticking it there, and then taking it down. And you're really trying to stay level in your pelvis. So you could do 8, 10, even 12 of those. If that felt pretty breezy, you can also add in some weights for more challenge to the legs. So play with it, find the level that feels good, and really nice one to do before you go lifting or before you do a high impact activity like running, just to really kind of strengthen that alignment all through that lower leg and knee. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, I'd invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I put out new videos every week, mostly. Take care.